Hey guys, welcome to Armchair Conversations with Rob. Um, Today we've been talking about ideas and innovation, just touched on the subject, but now I want to talk about those who are willing to put in the effort and take the chances and risk. The learners pretty much are the new princes of the universe as far as those who are willing to hunker down, knuckle down, and learn both old and new because there is some treasure to be found in the trash that the young people claim is the old stuff. There's a lot of ideas and things that can be enhanced, the older ideas in particular, by what's new and what's innovative and how you can take it to market. And truly, the learners are going to inherit the earth because they're willing to take the time to learn from the past and innovate for the future. And so that is one of the things that I want to encourage today because I read a statistic that was horrible by my standards, my idea. 42% of college graduates never read another book. That blew me away. Um, I was reading books and interested in books and audio tapes talking about self development and things long before I got to college. And I still try to add some knowledge to my universe on a regular basis, even after. And so it speaks to a horrifying trend in our society where we've got a bunch of people who learn a few things and that's it. They don't think they have to learn another damn thing and they can just mosey on through life and everything's just going to be status quo. Wake up, young people, old people, anybody who's refusing to learn. We live in an age of disruption of the status quo. We live in an age where knowledge and information and innovation is going to change the game indefinitely. There is never going to be a point that I can foresee in the future, at least in my own, that knowledge and changes and innovation and new ideas aren't going to disrupt what was. And guys, for those of you who like to hold on to shit, let me tell you, nothing will be as it was ever again. And that was said a long time ago by a man named Shaka Zulu. If you're not a history buff, go look it up. He was quite an amazing African king that did some amazing things through violence and fear, as well as being an administrator over his government once he basically drove out all of his competitors. Um, But the point I'm trying to make here is that thinking that once you've learned something, that's all you need to learn, is not going to be conducive to furthering your goals. It's probably the same reason why ideas never make it to the table because you got laziness just built in on top of that whole process. So think about it. Ideas and innovation are going to change the game forever, and you got to continue to do that. Excuse me one second. You got to continue to do that. You got to continue to innovate. You got to continue to learn. You got to continue to add new knowledge to your universe because it is what's going to separate you from your competitors if you're in business or your competitors anywhere else. Um, it would be like the guy who only learned as a boxer to throw a jab and never learned to throw a hook, never learned to duck and slip and bob and weave and move, and then wondering why he continually loses boxing matches to those who are more skilled. Or the person who is still riding a horse when in auto races, when there are hot rods available. You get the point. Those are extreme, ridiculous examples, but you get the point. You have to continue to learn and grow in order to innovate, in order to take your ideas and bring them to market. And so I'm encouraging that. So let's not be lazy, people. You don't have to bust your head off and work only and never have any fun. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that you have to dedicate a portion of your time to learning. You have to dedicate a portion of your time to growth and creativity and developing your ideas, your philosophy, what makes you you. You also have to develop a portion of time to putting it out there for others to review. I'm not big on the peer review process as it stood back a few years ago when I first introduced to it in college, because it seemed like they were only reviewing each other's old knowledge. But I am a fan of the idea of peer review because that's why I ask you guys to give me comments, send me feedback, because I want to know what you're thinking about what I'm doing, and that helps me to adjust to not only meet the needs that I have, which is to share with you, but it allows me to also be pleased by learning from you. And so again, I encourage you to innovate and change things that you're doing right now. I don't care if it's as small as the way you brush your teeth. Change something on a regular. It also promotes better plasticity, from what I recall, in the brain, because you develop new neural connections when you do things differently. So disrupt the game, change it with your ideas and innovation. Be willing to learn and modify what you learn. Don't just get an idea, learn it, and then leave it as is if you know that there's something you could add to it to make it better for you or for others. So, part three out of the way. Again, innovate, learn, grow. Don't just sit there and stop learning just because you got out of school. And don't stop learning just because you learned something new today and you think that you're never going to have to change it, because everything changes. The only thing that is immutable is that change happens. Thank you for sharing my armchair. Again, give me some feedbacks, give me some comments. Subscribe if you like. If you don't, that's what search engines are for. So hopefully you'll find something that you do like. In the meantime, appreciate you guys listening to me talk on and on about change and innovation and ideas. And hopefully you'll get something out of it that you can use in your daily life. And I am going to go read something right now. Thank you for sharing my armchair, and have a great day whenever and wherever you are.